Go out.
What's happening?
Peace, King. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I don't even know what project number to say this is.
101.
Okay.
101.
101. God
Sir.
damn. Why you like to do so much music, man? You do music like you think you about to die or something.
Man, I just be feeling like, man, all my favorite artists, I be wanting to drop music. It don't take me a year to do an album. So, I want to share it with people. I make 15 songs. I feel like they dope. I want to share it with the people who like my music.
Absolutely. I was telling them earlier, man, I said, man, sitting down with Gucci is 101 project. I said, what do I talk to Gucci about? And I said, the one thing I think people haven't really had a conversation with you about is your growth as a man. And you reminded me of that this week when I saw what you put on Instagram, that meme. The meme said, everyone want this. And it's a picture of you and your wife.
Yeah.
But what y'all forget was she was with wild Gucci, on drugs Gucci, cheating Gucci, in jail Gucci, publicity with other women Gucci. This is Gucci after therapy, rehabilitation. This is a street man groomed in his 30s after he's been at his lowest point. Point is, this is a rider who knew what she signed up for. You bitch is with the next nigga after a couple of fights. What'd you think when you saw that meme?
Well, I seen Snoop reposted it, and I think he got it from my fan page. So then I reposted it out to Snoop. I just feel like, of course I didn't make it. It didn't go exactly like that to the T, but I still supported it because it's like, man, my wife, she supported me like right, wrong, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? She could have said, hey man, you hurt me, or you disrespected me, or you in a toxic place. But she forgave me, and I feel like you gotta forgive people and let them come back sometime.
How did that make you want to change and evolve, knowing that you had somebody that loved you like that?
It just made me help you had to be more responsible. You got to hold yourself accountable because now you got a partner. Now you got a partner you see every day, and it's like, it's a responsibility. Being in a relationship, man, with a grown person who maturing about their business, it make you like, you got to be mature. You have to mature fast.
You ever heard of the nature versus nurture thing?
No, talk to me about it.
The context of the nature versus nurture debate, nature refers to like biological, genetic predispositions that impact us as people, and nurture describes the influence of learning and other influences from one's environment. So you was one way before because of the environment you was in, but what was the environment that caused this glow up?
What was the environment that caused this? It was a lot of different things I feel like factored in. I think once was the consequences of going to prison and knowing that I would go back to the feds and experiencing the feds. That was a big deterrent right there. And then, like you said, I still had somebody who kind of like, as I started growing older and maturing, I started realizing like I need to get more skills. I have a better skill set to just deal with life. And I kind of like got a couple of skills, reading, working out, and then I got my wife, and she was man, I'm telling you, like, you get somebody like who like really got a good heart and put them around somebody who kind of like just, even if they just the most gutter person it is or street person it is, they're gonna rub off on them.
Right.
And that's what it was. A lot of it was her rubbing off on me.
Do you think you had like a survivor's remorse towards the earlier stages of your career?
How would you describe survivor's remorse?
Like coming from the hood and being successful and then having probably a lot of your partners in jail, dead, and maybe feeling a sense of guilt about it a little bit, that you the one that made it?
I think that by the time I got out and got really successful, maybe say like 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't call it survivor's remorse, but I felt like, damn, now that I got my shit together, now I got my finances together, now that my career is going the way that I wanted to, it's like a lot of my friendships and a lot of the people I thought would be there with me, I couldn't share it with them. Family, friends, artists. So it's like, damn, I worked so hard to get to a point where I could share it with the people I felt like I started with. But those relationships, they deteriorated.
I wonder that because the person you became, I was like, do you feel like you owe that to the universe to be your best self? Because you got an opportunity.
I do.
To still be out
I
there.
do. I felt like when I got the 3 years instead of the 20 years, that was like God telling me, hey man, I gave you the last chance that you asked for. So, and it was almost to the point like, God, if you make this situation manageable for me, I'm gonna treat it like, this is my last chance.
Right.
And so when it happened, it was like, I can't play.
Yeah, I was telling you, man, when I read your story, it's like the evolution of Malcolm X in a lot of ways. And you did it all, but you ain't Muslim, you know what I mean?
I can't say I'm as disciplined as Malcolm X, but I read that book. That was one of my favorite autobiographies, and it definitely inspired me because I read it when I was in prison, and from when he was saying like he couldn't really read good, and he opened up the dictionary to A and just started reading it, and all the stuff he was going through in prison, and the dude he had in there who like giving them game, a lot of things he went through, I felt like I shared some of those experiences.
What was that spark in prison that made you start picking up just books and reading and stuff?
I think it started with like fear, anxiety, paranoia from like, how much time I'm finna get.
Mm-hmm.
So all the running, the reading, all that was kind of like, I was trying to find some solace in there. That shit, there was a lot of pressure on me. So I was just like, I run up and down the steps, I read a book. I was trying to do anything to get my mind off of, feeling like I know the future. Cause the future seemed like it was finna be bad, So I just kind of like focus on what I could do now. That would kind of give me a little peace, make me feel better.
I was reading your book too, and you was just even talking about how you kicked your lean habit.
Yeah.
Would you ever say that you were like addicted to it, or you just an excessive user?
I was addicted. If addiction, like I was addicted, but I didn't think I was addicted during my usage, because I didn't think that I was on the drug so bad that if I stopped, I would have like physical withdrawals. I associate that with like drug use and junkie stuff. Man, when I went in jail and then I went drinking lean, I went through like withdrawal, like you withdrawing from heroin or something like that. It was like physical.
Yeah. What was that like?
Extreme diarrhea, man, stomach just sweats. Man, that shit was like torture. It was like doctor go and see the nurse, came out, like just pain, and nothing they can give you, you got to go through it. Your body got to just, learn to not have that substance. So I was adjusting, and I used to drink lean all the time. So I ain't drink no water. I just lean.
Damn.
No water.
So your kidneys and everything probably was messed up.
Terrible. And then I got in, the doctor told me, he was like, it was a nurse, and he was almost like 45, but was almost the same height. He was like, he weighed me. He was like, man, you like 80 pounds overweight. Me and you the same height. I'm 6, 7 years older than you. Ain't no way that, he was like 220. He like, I'm 220, you 270. We the same height. He like, you need to lose like 80 pounds. So that was like a spark. That nurse, and that was in the county jail. When the nurse told me that, it was like, damn, this dude like 46 years old, and he in good shape. He telling me, he ain't even worried about my charges. He's just looking at my blood and she's like, you need to lose weight. So they gave me something to do.
Did prison doctors even know how to handle that? Did they even know how to handle a guy going through withdrawal?
Yeah, they did. They go through that all the time. There's junkies come through that all the time.
Yeah.
On worse drugs than lean. So they're prepared for that.
You wouldn't call yourself no junkie though.
No, I'm just saying that if you not saying a junkie, but I'm just saying they prepare for people who come in there strung out on crack, strung out on heroin. So dealing with me on the lean, it was like, send them to the nurse, they told me what I do, drink water, and they told me to work out. They really prescribe what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you go back and you think on that time in your life, like with a clear head, can you describe the power addiction held over your life prior to getting clean?
Let me see. Well, I think addiction probably forced me, it allowed me to be numb to a bunch of situations and not address things. If I knew I had to go to court, I just numbed that situation. It's just like, so I don't have to, really be stressed out. Because if I sit there and dwell on, damn, I might be getting all this time. If I just smoke to the point where I really didn't even, I was just numb to it.
Yeah. So if they hit you with a bunch of years, you like, whatever.
Nah, I wouldn't be like, it's like I can function every day until I go to court. Once you get the years, you can't do nothing but do them. But it's like every day, I want to be able to function. I couldn't function because I got this thing, this cloud. I'm kind of like, damn, this shit gonna be, I ain't gonna have no career. I'm just, man, you start forecasting nothing but bad.
Right. Yeah. How much of a role does spirituality play in your life? Like a belief in a higher power?
I believe in God. I wouldn't say I'm the most religious person. I was raised in the church. My grandfather was a deacon in the church up the street from my house. My mother was heavy in the church, but I didn't. I kind of like I strayed from that when I got a teenager. But when you get in jail, you grab the Bible.
Yeah.
You need solace. Man, it give you solace.
What made you stray away from the church when you was young?
I think we moving to Atlanta and just, my mother working all the time, just things changed. When we stayed in Alabama, we had a different lifestyle than when we stayed in Atlanta. When we stayed in Atlanta, it was just like too many distractions. In Alabama, church is kind of like social thing. In Atlanta, I had a lot of more things I can do socially, so it wasn't the same thing.
What kind of church guy were you? Were you like in the choir, or you just show
attended.
up on Sunday?
Man, my mother and my grandmother, they just wanted me to go. That was just the thing. So to me, I used to like to go. I definitely used to like to hear the choir. To me, it was just fun.
When you started going through like those tough parts of your life, or did you think that those were moments of like divine order?
I don't know.
Like God wanted you to go through that?
I'm not sure how I feel about, what's the divine order, because I think a lot of those things that I caused myself, man. I would do a crime and then they would punish me for it, and I wouldn't respect the fact that I need to, like, damn, I did something. I just get out and do the same thing, because if I felt like they was hating on me. So when I went to jail for the 6 months, I come out and almost do the same thing, because like I'm pissed. It's like y'all locked me up. I didn't lock myself up. I ain't commit no crime. They locked me up.
Got you. So you was mad when you first started going to prison?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. First to jail, because I only went to prison that last time. Prison would change my whole life. When I go to jail, I go to jail and it's be like, they hating on me. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna be more resilient. I'm gonna get back on it. And I take that approach and get back and just start recording, and I be so much filled with revenge from them locking me up. But I still wouldn't last another year.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm coming in, it's no forgiving, it's no accountability. It's almost like fuck everybody when I got out. So it's like, it's not a good place to be in.
So when did you commit to change and realize it's me? It ain't
When I just went to prison,
the
last time. The last time, yeah.
You also mentioned, I saw the other meme you put up, that you gave Keisha $2 million before going to jail. That's an urban legend. You gave her $2 million when
There's a lot of truth in rumors, you know what I'm saying? I definitely say she held me down and I came back in a good position. You can't I didn't make up the actual meme, how they got it, but man, there's a lot of truth to rumors. Like, yeah, I could not have been in the situation where I am now without her.
Was it that number, 2 million to 6 million?
I don't want to go into the numbers, but for real, I spent so much money on lawyers when I first went to jail. It was almost like I depleted all my funds. It was like millions of dollars. And for me to come out, you know what I'm saying, the way I did, man, I'm telling you, man, she's special, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that money set you up for your rehabilitation process, though?
It wasn't that I was broke, period, when I, you know what I'm saying, went to jail. It was just that now it was one more thing that I ain't have to feel like I have to manage. Like, damn, my finances messed up, I gotta get back and do this. So it like set me up when I got out, okay, I can do my album. I can focus on my sobriety. I can focus on getting out probation, because I didn't have to focus on trying to chase, like, damn, let me get where I was at before I left. I came back almost like further ahead than when I left. So it kind of put me in a place like, damn, I had already started changing my life. Like, changing my life in jail, look what it got you. You starting to get rich before you even get out. Right. You made all the money back and you're in a better position than when you came in. So that made me like, when I get out, I'm really gonna be on what I'm on now, because it already had started and I already was seeing the benefits.
But what were your intentions when you gave her the money?
Did you want her to flip it?
I just ain't had nobody to trust.
Wow.
It wasn't even about no flipping. I just ain't had nobody to trust. Everybody was stealing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I wasn't in my right mind before I went to prison. And everybody who could, they were taking advantage. Money getting missing from everywhere. So it's like, to be honest, I ain't had nobody else to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So out of desperation, I went to her, because me and her were kind of, I had been cussing her out too. So she had to forgive me and say, I'm gonna help you. Man, that's why I say she the realest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like I needed her.
I love just the messaging of black love and expressing that love
I love,
for your woman.
Crazy about my wife. Crazy about her.
At what point did you realize that? What point did you realize, man, I'm in love with this woman?
Man, when she held me down from prison, that made me say I'm finna marry her. You ain't gonna find nobody who gonna go hard like that. But she had been showed me, who she was. Like, once I got to know, I knew the person she was. I just wasn't ready yet,
Mm-hmm.
But I loved her from the jump. I just, I don't think that it was gonna be a good relationship, because I had a lot of shit. I just had to mature. I had a lot of things going on.
Let's talk about that, man. Like, how did your dedication to her motivate you to really change for yourself?
You don't want to let nobody down. When you're in a marriage with somebody, at the end of the day, it's an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody forcing you to get married. To me, it was a total grown. We didn't do it for nothing, but we wanted to be with each other. It was a total conscious decision. I can't say nothing influenced. I didn't do it because she was with me when I was in prison. It wasn't because, it was all because we wanted to be with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like a lot of marriages like stand for this. Like, you do it I'm gonna marry her for the kids. I'm gonna stay with the kids. Nah, I'm with her because I'm crazy about her.
That's right. Yeah. That's what I said. I meant to say how did her dedication to you? Because that's the same thing. I've been with my woman for 23 years.
That's hard, man.
And she make you want to be a better person. You get tired of being a piece of shit, basically.
Exactly.
Like, how did the change in your lifestyle make it easier for you to honor your wife?
You know what it is? What made it easier for me was it was in my mind. I started linking being married and being responsible with being successful.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of linking being single or, being irresponsible as balling. So I started saying, damn, I was doing this when I was living this lifestyle, and I was doing good. You know, I was a millionaire. You know, so but over here, man, it's a way different life.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't have to work as hard. You know, like I do my work, I go home, I go to sleep. Man, it's like, damn, it's like a grown, mature, older man.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life like that, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. Supposed to progress to that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's like when you was just getting money and balling, that's what you was doing, getting money. But now it's like you a business, you an enterprise.
And I thought that I was successful then. I really didn't see the value of getting married and doing it this way, because I thought, you know, if I get married, like I won't have as much. That's what I thought. Like now I gotta take care of somebody else. Not thinking that, damn, if you got two heads, man, that's better than one.
Right.
You know, you gonna maximize your potential because you got a partner now. And that's what happened.
Man, y'all got to do a relationship book, man.
Wow.
I'm saying, because it seemed like, you know, she was important to your survival.
The most, brother, she's the most important. I ain't gonna lie, she my secret weapon. She the one. If I'm Barack, she Michelle. She behind me.
Absolutely.
Everything I do, you know, a lot of times I defer to her, man. We're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna come to a decision. And I'm proud to say that she's smart. We both are geniuses.
Right. Did you get? You seem like you didn't get a lot of support when you was locked up.
I got some
from your people.
I got some. Well, I had crossed a lot of people, and man, they were scared, man. You know, I heard a lot of people, said a lot of things, and people just standoffish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't know what I was on, you know, and I understand that. I respect that. But when I got out, a lot of those same people, they gave me a chance to apologize to them. You know, they wiped the slate clean, and I'm glad they did, because I showed them, hey, listen, I'm a different person. I was wrong. You know, a lot of people, they won't even let you. They was hurt from what I did, and they just bridge burnt. Some of those bridges are still burnt.
Even now to this day.
Yep.
It's wild though, because the best apology is changed behavior.
Yes.
You can clearly tell your behavior has changed. How hard was it to adjust when you came home?
It was hard. It was hard at first. Man, the jail to civilian life, man, that shit is crazy. It has you like, I can't even describe it. It's just uncomfortable. You know, it's almost like an animal, I guess. You locked up like an animal, then you get out and now you around people in the environment that's not controlled.
Mm-hmm.
So people act different, you know. It's just different levels of aggression. You might see a pattern of aggression that's not even there. Or somebody trying you, they ain't even trying you, because that's how, you know. It just took me a minute to start reading things different. But I back again. No, not just trying to say the same thing over and over, but my wife helped me.
Right.
Because they put me on house arrest. I couldn't go nowhere. That kind of like, you know, I eased my way back into society. You know, I wasn't ready just to come straight out there like that.
How many friends did you lose in the process of you turning your life around? I know you say you lost friends because of bridges you burnt, but when people see your whole new lifestyle, your new demeanor, you ain't doing the old stuff you used to do.
Yeah.
How many
I lost my old crew. I lost a whole crew that I used to run with.
What crew that was?
Just like my whole crew from Atlanta that I used to be with, like my guys who I used to came up with, done.
Damn. All because you eating better and working out?
For one, they snitched on me. And they didn't really, I can't say they snitched on me, but you know, they called the cops on me. And I was having a pistol, so, you know, they didn't do nothing that I did the crime, but at the same time, it's like, man, after that, it was like this, it was done.
Damn. Do you think the Gucci clone conspiracies were a reflection of how toxic like the hood mentality is?
It was entertaining to me.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was funny. I enjoyed the Gucci clone. I ain't gonna sit here in front.
Do you feel like a clone sometimes?
No, I don't feel like a clone, but I did kind of like man, that shit was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, like, damn, they think I'm not really the same person. I didn't look at it like, it didn't offend me. I kind of wanted them to keep it going.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, like now all of a sudden, now they on my dick again. Now it's like, now I'm not a clone. Keep going with the clone shit. Don't stop that.
What parts of the old Gucci do you hold on to though? Because everybody look at you and they're like, damn, Gucci is like a whole different person. But is there any parts of the old Gucci you hold on to?
Yeah, I am the same person. I'm telling you, I grew up, you know. I want to say, what parts of me, I'm still resilient. I'm still hardworking. I'm the most punctual person it is, as far as just being on time and handling that business. I'm gonna beat you here every time.
Yeah.
And I'm about my business. I still like to help artists. I'm always be that, no matter how many artists that burnt me or whatever I've been through, or how many, you know, I always reach out to artists. It's like, they're just who I am. So those core principles, you know, I want to keep with me.
What about the things that you know you had to let go? Like, you know, as you get older, there's certain things from your past that you can't hold on to because they just don't serve you no more.
Yeah.
What did you have to let go and you happy you let it go?
Let me see. Feeling like I always have to be like in Atlanta. I used to be, as soon as I would go do a show, I had to like, I didn't even want to So I would do a show, lead the stage, get in the car, and just drive right back to Atlanta. I didn't even want to stay at the hotel. It's like I was missing something. So it took me a long time to feel like, man, you know, the city of Atlanta is more to the world than that. I used to like go on the road just to come back to Atlanta. Everything I did was like, I go on the road and I come back with my crew and that's where I was comfortable at. Man, now I feel like the earth my turf. I wanna go everywhere. I wanna go to Iceland. I wanna go to Milan. I wanna go to, you know, Dubai. You know, I wanna see the world. But when I used to be I was comfortable sitting in, you know, I was not only comfortable, I was more happy when I was in the middle of the hood.
Did you even know what you was missing? Because I saw on social media when you was happy you got your passport.
Man,
Did
listen.
you even know you was missing what you was missing?
I don't think I knew.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it, you know, so I was curious about it, but I didn't feel like, you never know, like you say, you don't know if you're missing it until you tried it, so I never tried it, so I didn't know how much fun it was gonna be. So I just like, shit, they ain't gonna let me go on the road, they ain't gonna let me go overseas, fuck it, I don't wanna go anyway. That was like my way of, you know, like, shit, I can't miss what I don't got. So even though I wanted to go, I just like, damn, going to Canada, they ain't gonna never let me go. Who wanna go over there anyway? Hell, I'm gonna go to Europe for doing all them shows for shit. I can just go, I made the same amount of money I make going over here. And that's what would be that would keep me like, from feeling like, damn, they won't even let me go do a show over there.
Yeah. And now you getting them bags over there, them
Yeah,
euros.
Man, they love me over there, man.
I just
they
saw
love
you.
me, dog.
Where you was at when you was at the Gucci thing?
Italy. Man, I'm walking through Italy like Hannibal. That's how I felt when I was walking through there. I'm the conqueror. Everybody looking. Yeah, if y'all ever seen this, they ain't never seen a man look like that. They looking like, damn, what the hell? I never seen a black man look so good. Women, every time I talk to them, they all in my face, my mouth. I'm telling them they want to touch me. Like everybody I see, everybody touching. Stop touching me, man.
How many times you had to flash your ring? Like, back away from me, woman.
I didn't even wear no ring. If you watch that video, I walked down the street with no jewelry and walked to the coffee shop down the hotel just to show them.
Yeah.
Man, I don't need that, just a tank top. It was Gucci, but just let them know, listen, it ain't about jewelry, it ain't about nothing. I'm special just walking to the store. I did that before I went to the fashion show.
Did you feel like that before this evolution?
No.
You needed the big Bart Simpson chain and all that?
I needed it. I liked it. I always had a fascination, like being fascinated with jewelry because of my father. You know, he was a gambler. He used to just con people out their jewelry and give it to me. So that kind of like made me love jewelry. But when I got out of jail and got myself in shape, that gave me like a ultimate confidence. It's like because it's in you, not on you. So it's like I already know what I did before I got here. So it really don't even got no spot to defend. You know what I'm saying? It's past arrogant. It's not cocky. It's like it's really confident. You know.
You think you was insecure back then?
I think I was defensive. I think I had a unique backstory. You know, everybody say they're unique, but I feel like me, you know, the day my album coming out, me having a murder charge, I always been like, fuck everybody from that day.
What are the positive traits you think the hood gave you? Like just your past in general?
Man, it gave me a lot of practice. It gave me a lot of practice on fear. I feel like I went through so many situations in Atlanta, from moving from Alabama to Atlanta, being a new student in all these different schools, being a new person in all these rough neighborhoods. It just got me to the point where me and my immediate family, like, damn, just me, my mom, and my brother, shit, I don't need to fear nothing because nobody helped me here. So, and every time I walk to the street, walk to the store, all those conversations, it just started making me like, ain't no need to fear nothing. It ain't gonna, just be grounded in reality. Don't be delusional. Just whatever it is, deal with it.
Have you gotten over that paranoia? Because like you said, you talking about, you know, the day your album came out and you caught the murder charge. Like,
I feel like I got over the paranoia. Yeah, I have.
You don't feel like people out to get you all the time now?
No, I don't feel like people out to get me, but I do feel like sometimes I resort to aggression. Sometimes, you know, like you gotta have more in your toolbox than aggression. Right. And the hood teach you that, like, when shit ain't wrong, get aggressive. You know, and that's how you know, that's what you see. You know, so for a long time, that was what happened, cause that's all I had. You know, as soon as the situation get me uncomfortable, I respond aggressively because that's my only tactic.
So how do you respond now?
Man, now now things don't even get me to that point. It's hard for me to get to that point because I don't have no spot to defend. So I guess it took me, I had to prove some things to myself, you know. I had to grow up and, you know, sometimes you gotta think, man, like, you just blow stuff. Some things over-exaggerated. It ain't even that serious. So if it ain't that serious, what you get mad for? So it's all like that. And I used to feel like I had a set of rules I had to live by. If you do this to me, I do this to you. If you say this to me, I do this to you. So it's always I'm justified. You snitch on me, I'm supposed to hurt you. You steal something from me, I'm supposed to come to your house and straighten it. You hit me, I'm supposed to hit you back, you know. And then it get to the point where you start to be like, well, shit, I'm already into it with you. I might as well go on offense. Why am I waiting on you to hit me for? So it's just a terrible place to be in.
A lot of that is street rules, though.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that I had a set of rules like that I like followed to the T. But I made myself follow these rules. Ain't nobody say, hey, this what you got to do. These what I felt like. This the person I want to be. This what I want to be held to this standard.
Have you ever said, fuck, does it get to a point where you say, man, fuck the streets?
Yeah,
Fuck them rules
yeah.
in the street.
I'm a businessman. I'm not in the streets. I'm a straight. I'm a rapper. I'm an executive. You know, I'm a model. You know, a bunch of different things now, and I take them serious. It's like treat your job like you appreciate it. Go to work. Don't do things. You're not in the streets. You got a job, dog. You got a job. You pay taxes, man. Do your job.
Do you regret anything you did in the street?
Yeah, I'm ashamed of a lot of things. I'm gonna say, yeah, I did some things that I wish I didn't do. Yeah. But I was young. I was young. Yeah. But I did some things that's fucked up, dead wrong to people. And everybody in the neighborhood know that, so ain't no going around that.
Even with the murder, even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that? And you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. I put his ass where he supposed to be. He tried me.
That's the old Gucci still there.
Nah, that's the truth, man.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody comes to you, try to kill you,
Yeah.
you know, and self-defense. So if somebody try to kill you, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do, absolutely. Do you think you suffer from PTSD?
Yeah.
Have you done anything to like try to get over it? Like, I don't know, cause you go to therapy. I mean, the meme said therapy, rehabilitation. I don't know how much of that is true.
When I got out of prison, the judge made it where I had to go to therapy. That was court ordered.
Wow.
But, they wanted to know what was wrong with me. They were like, is he committing these crimes because he on drugs, or is he committing these crimes because he's a threat to society? So, you know, it ain't taking him 2-3 times later, hey man, he's nothing wrong with him. I don't even want him to come see me no more. And she sent that to the judge and it was done.
Do you think it helped you any, therapy?
Well, to be honest, by the time I got out of jail, I was so sober, man. I was sharp as I could have helped that damn lady, man. I was talking to. I was sharp as an arrow, man.
Or
Yeah.
you know, everybody sees this new glamorous side of Gucci, and we talking about it a little, but are there still any like demons from your past that you still face on the daily, like that
Demons.
that people don't know about?
I'm still a work in progress. I feel like this is what it is. It's like I kind of got a routine that I feel like keep me in a good space, and I just keep doing it, man. I just work out, stay out the way, read books, do my job, travel, value my money, value my time. That shit been helping me.
What's the last good book you read?
The last good book I read, Face to Face by Brian Grazer.
Mm.
Yep, he sent me that special edition. I'm like halfway through. And what else I'm reading at the house?
I know you're a Malcolm Gladwell fan. He just put out a new book, Talking to Strangers. Amazing.
I did not know he put out a new book.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
It's out.
It's out right now.
Wow.
Amazing.
I'm gonna go get that ASAP. I did not know that.
And y'all haven't kept in touch since y'all sat down with each other?
No, I haven't talked to him since then. I haven't talked to him. I would love to talk to him, man. That's my favorite author. He dope as hell.
A lot of his books changed your life, right?
Man, he just fascinating. I wouldn't say his books changed my life, but I love to read his books, man. They entertain, they make you think. Dude, like he's a good author, man. He do his research, man.
Yeah, the new book is it's called Talking to Strangers. It's about how to communicate. It's the things you don't know about the people you don't know. So he basically said none of us know how to communicate with each other. And he gives all these different examples of miscommunication that led to fucked up situations happening.
Man, stuff like that fascinate me.
Yeah.
That's about his books, man, that shit. The tipping point, outliers. I identify with a lot of the people he talk about in his books. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, you have miscommunicated?
Yes, I have miscommunicated. A lot of times I miscommunicate. A lot of times I do things I be like, I might think one way, but it doesn't come across like that. And then a lot of people don't know me, so they can't reach out and talk to me, so it just kind of like stays a misunderstanding.
Does your past drug addiction ever still tempt you?
Nah.
You never get tempted?
I associate drugs with jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be like, man, I'm gonna get out. These people don't know what they talking about. They in my way, they hating, da-da-da. Now it's like, man, that shit. Not saying, okay, I ain't trying to sound preachy. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they should do. I'm not, anybody do that. I feel like I done exhausted all my remedies with that. Like, man, after you done crashed that many times, you don't need to do it.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that.
How did the change in your lifestyle affect how you create music?
Well, it did affect how you make music because you're not with the same people. A lot of the people I used to be with, they get high as hell. Not saying that I don't be with them, they don't want to be around me.
Yeah, you make them feel bad.
Exactly. It's like, the first year I was out, I think that affected me a lot because I was on probation. And I couldn't even have people with felonies around me. So a lot of the people who I worked with was felons. So for a year, we didn't even get to kick it. Like even my partner Shawty Low, I couldn't even kick it with him before he passed.
Yeah.
Man, listen, it messed me up, man, because like the day I got out for house arrest, that's the day he passed. You know what I'm saying? So even if I would try to go see him on my own, I couldn't do it because he had passed away. But the whole time I couldn't reach out to him, we couldn't even kick it because he a felon. So that's it, like, it affected my life. And then after a year of that, a lot of those relationships just died off because it's like, damn, we ain't really talked to you in a year.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I was like, man, I'm not even going around nobody who smoke and drink, not because I don't fuck with them. I just can't stand no mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Any mistake gonna land me back in prison. If they just whoop the phone out and somebody see a picture of a pint of lean or somebody smoking. So I just stayed away from everybody I know who was doing that for that first year. So after a year, I had 3 years probation. After a year, my probation, I would say, man, you're doing such a good job at probation. We're taking you off the last 2 years. I was just not beginning our probation in September of 2019.
Damn.
That's when I supposed to be doing my sentence.
Yeah.
He let me out September 2017. So that year, so I did that thinking like this was my plan. So after I did it for a year, the man take me out probation for 2 years. So that made me say, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna keep acting as if I'm still on probation.
Right.
And I ain't, because look what it's doing for me. And I just kept on. That's really what it was. When they said, man, you out 2 years, I'm like, damn, I'm just gonna keep on going what I'm doing. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm getting the results. And that's it. Every day it's like, man, just keep doing what you're doing.
It's crazy because I think that's what they hope for by putting you on probation and putting you on that strict regimen and discipline. Like they hope that's I guess that's the correction in the corrections facility.
Every time I had been to jail was from the same charge. I kept violating probation. Boom. When I went to the feds and really took accountability of what I was doing and how I was gonna move when I got out, a year later, the probation officer had the feds was like, man, you the model citizen for being on probation and changing your life. He said, I submitted that to the judge. I hadn't even got up to a year yet. He was like, when you get to a year, I'm telling them, take you out probation. You have did everything you're supposed to do. Just because, not because he scraped, because I showed him.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like no plan, no cut, nothing to lie about. I used to always had to fake the drug test, So I had so much anxiety about it. I'm always dealing, you can kind of tell. Now it's like, come on in.
Yeah.
Y'all
going in with somebody else pee. Or
I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
Taking all them pills to try to clean your system. You don't know if it's clean.
And then a lot of times that shit still ain't working because
exactly.
I'm so fucked up, man. That shit ain't even working, man. It ain't that shit gonna be dirty. So.
What was the relationship like with you and LO? Because I always remember when you got out of jail, LO was right there.
Then that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy. It was like me and Charlotte, we just like real friends. We just, as soon as we met, we had just like we just started being partners from that day. And I think it's just because of who he was and who I was. At our core, we just was good people. And even though we was in the music industry, we had a lot of the same values for us in the streets and being loyal and what we ain't gonna do and what we thought was like unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our bond. Like we never rubbed each other the wrong way, man. We had like the best friendship. It was like every time we see each other, we happy to see each other. And but when he passed away, I met P.
Mm-hmm.
And me and him kind of like got the same friendship now that I had with Shawty Low. And it's almost the same thing. We didn't grow up together since we was kids. Me and Shawty Low didn't grow up together since we was kids. We met when we was adults, but it's like the mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, like you meet people you just jail with.
Right.
And that's what it was.
What do you think his impact was on Atlanta? What did his passing do?
And man, it hurt a lot of people, man. Listen, they still grieving. His crew still grieving him. He kind of like was, he was a very central figure in Atlanta hip hop, but just for D4L, for the West Side, for Bankhead, like, man, I feel like the West Side ain't been the same since Shawty Low left. It just ain't the same.
What did you learn from his passing?
He died when he was 40 years old. I'm 39, I'll be 40 next year. It made me like, man, I'm gonna take, even though he died in a car accident, just a lot of deaths coming like so fast. My father died like 2 years ago. My mother died January. Both of them died when they was like turning 60.
Damn,
he died when he was, sorry, you appreciate that. He died when he was 40. It made me like every day I'm taking my health serious. I don't want to have all the money and be dead and don't enjoy it. I don't want to do that. I wanna enjoy it now. I don't want to wait to ball later. I don't want to retire. I want to work, and I want to work part on the weekend, go on vacation, and go back to work.
Have you given yourself a chance to grieve though? You said you just lost your pops, you lost your mom. Like,
I think I haven't grieved like properly. I don't think I even know how to grieve.
I'm gonna ask you that. What does that even look like for you?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't be honest. I don't like a lot of stuff. When shit just get hard for me, I just go numb. I don't even. That's just my defense mechanism.
Is that healthy though?
I don't think it's healthy, but it's practical to get you through the days. Yeah.
What you think the biggest lesson you learned so far, period, in life is?
Biggest lesson. Don't take everything so serious. Try to be nice to everybody that you can. It don't pay to be mean. It don't pay to like anybody can be an asshole. Anybody can be racist. Anybody can be a bigot. Anybody can be prejudiced. You know, but try to like be tolerable. Try not to be judgmental. That's my thing. Have a high tolerance level and try to accept everybody. Treat people like you want them to treat you. Like me, don't be bougie. Don't never try to go big on nobody. I always remember where you came from.
What do you think has been the most instrumental factor in your growth? If you had to talk to a group of young men and they said to you, Gucci, what's the one thing that was the biggest factor in your growth? What would you say it was?
My wife. Get married, find you somebody who gonna, if you can find you a wife, man, you found a great thing. Especially a good one. Who gonna like, hold you to a high standard and push you to be your best self. Yep. She the best one. That's like the most deciding factor. I couldn't have did it without her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up.
What do you think you'd be now if you didn't go to jail that last time?
I think I'd be in jail for murder. When I was going down that street, I was finna bust somebody ass. I wasn't going down the street to play no games. I was coming down there to handle my business. When they text me that I was pussy and all that, I walked down that street to handle my business, and that's why they called the police. I wasn't coming to play.
Yeah.
You don't knock on nobody's door, and there's 4 or 5 people in there who you know. You ain't knocking on that door. You know they scrap.
Yeah.
You ain't playing.
It's either you
and
or
they
them.
call the police in they trap house. How you call your police in a trap house? On one person, I thought I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I walked down there, y'all texting all this gangster shit. I walked down there, knock on the door. They called the police. And tell me, Gucci, you better go on. We done called the law. You done called the law. What kind of shit this is? I thought we was finna have a gunfight. You was just texting me. I'm a pussy. But when I walked down here, Gucci gone. We done called the law. So yeah, I probably would. If they wouldn't allow me up, I was gonna bust one of theirs. That was gonna happen. They know it too.
Why do you feel like you had so much to prove back then? Was it because you was running by them street rules?
Man, I was just making bad choices, man. Bad choices. I told you I had like a set of rules. I felt like I had a studio. Somebody had broken my studio. It was my partners, my own friends. They did it repeatedly. So that's how it all started. When I go to screen them about, breaking the studio, they start talking gangster. So when I walked to confront them, they called the police on me. That's how it went. Because the studio was right down the street. So I was seeing them on the camera stealing shit. So when I called them, how you bring the camera back, y'all stealing shit, what the hell going on? They get cock out their mouth. What you do? I got money. You think I gotta steal something from you? I can bring that little shit back. Da-da-da-da-da. You ain't gonna do nothing. You on house arrest anyway. They just talking shit. So I just said to myself, fuck house arrest, fuck everything. I'm finna go down here and just scrape my business. And they called the police and I end up in prison. So I know I would, because I had already had in my mind I'm coming down here to shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in a way, they did you a favor, though.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They did themselves a favor, too, though.
Yeah. God was with both of y'all, clearly.
God was with them.
And knowing what you know now, what would you say to the old Gucci if you could go back in time? Would you tell him to change anything? Or do you feel like you had to go through all of that to get to this?
There's a lot of relationships I felt like I should have nurtured. I could have probably did better. A lot of things I could have did better. It's a whole bunch of stuff I did wrong. If I could do it over, I would did it better. But I just say, all the people who forgave me for the shit I did to them, man, I appreciate them. I won't have no friends.
None.
I fucked them up.
Was it that Twitter rant that time?
That Twitter rant and just being rude and being real rude.
Yeah.
Talking to folks crazy. Cocky. Feeling like the world revolves around me. Yeah.
Knowing what you know now, how do you stay committed to your change with all this temptation around you? You know what I'm saying? You got
I,
you got other women, everybody on Twitter, all the girls on Twitter, Gucci a snack and all this. You know, you see all the women in your face in
fuck
Italy.
them hoes, man. Them hoes ain't shit.
Right.
I got the baddest wife it is, man.
There you go. Black men don't cheat.
Yeah, that shit, them hoes ain't worth it. Fuck with them, it's like a little feeling. You get a little piece of pussy, then you fucked up your whole shit you got going for a little $2 ass girl. Ain't worth it.
Yeah, I saw that with my pops. My pops tell me all the time, the one thing that he regrets is leaving my mom for another woman 20 years ago.
Listen, my dad and my mom got divorced when I was 16. As soon as she divorced him, man, he fell off so bad.
Yes,
fell
sir.
off like wet weed,
Yes, sir.
man. I'm talking about over with, man.
And that just watching that, like, man, I don't want to make the same mistakes my father made. And you don't
Yes.
want to hurt your woman like that.
Cause you fail. If you fail, if you, I don't care what you say, you get divorced, you have failed that marriage, you failed at something. You know, I ain't get started shit to fail. My shit ain't gonna fail.
Right.
I'm gonna do what you got to be responsible, man. Don't do nothing you can't, don't commit to nothing that you ain't gonna be responsible for. If you take a job, do the job. Do it with effort. Don't take no job and then you don't feel like you want to go to work. Don't work there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause if I'm, me, everything I do, I just like, I wanna come. I ain't gonna do no interview with Charlamagne if I don't wanna be interviewed. If you don't wanna be interviewed, you feeling bad, don't come. If you don't wanna be with that girl, you feel like you get married, like everything you gotta be, just be self-aware, man. That's what I be telling everybody. Push yourself to be super self-aware. Be honest with yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself. Don't put no cap. Don't even put no slang. I don't even like the cap word. I don't know why I'm saying it. It's like, just be honest with yourself. Tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be cool, Cause a lot of everybody want to be cool, but they lying to themselves.
Right.
So it's like, how you think you so slick, man, and you're a fraud, Should be honest with yourself.
But what you doing is cool. Like,
Yes.
growth is cool. Evolution is cool. Being faithful to your girl is cool. Your wife, like, that's cool.
Yes, I see Will Smith. I see, Ice-T, E40, all these artists that had longevity in the game, man. Listen, I salute them because I've been listening to Ice-T. I've been listening to LL. I've been listening. So it's like, damn, it's like we see hip hop. They showing you everything what you can do now. We seeing the stories. We didn't see people went from 20 to 40 to 50 to 60. We can't say that we ain't seen it now, so you can do it.
Absolutely.
It ain't like no, man, you can do a bunch of stuff. You can own a team, man. Listen, these people if you got so much influence once you popping, man, you can leverage that to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to value that, man. Being a rapper right now is like the best time ever.
Who are your industry relationships? Because you're a legend in your own right. I don't know if you realize that or not, but the people look at you like some of the people that you just named. So who are your industry connects?
Connects or
the people that you look up to that still inspire you, motivate you, like
Todd Moskowitz, that's like one of my closest partners. P, Coach K, Julie, Kaza, Joey.
None of the artists though?
Man, I like the executives.
Yeah,
I already got the
yeah.
relationships with the artists, and artists that I like, that I look up to, that Kevin Gates, me and him got a good relationship. Kodak, me and him started building a relationship. He be texting me from hitting me from jail, and I email him back. I love Lil Baby. Of course, Pete is my best friend in QC. So I got some, QC, like that whole family right there, I can say that's my connection right there. I feel like that's my partner label. So them just, it's that bond. I want to see him win, he want to see me win. But, I don't have a lot of, Charlotte Lowe is like my real friend, I can say. Zaytoven.
Okay.
Zaytoven.
Even reading your book, you gave the Migos to P.
I didn't give them to P.
Okay, correct me.
Yeah, I did, put them together.
Yeah, because they was your artist.
Yeah, I signed them first.
Yeah.
Yep. I found them and I put them with Coach K, and then to manage them. And then when I was about to get locked up or whatever, we had a conversation, me and P and the Migos, and they wanted to go somewhere else, basically. I couldn't help them. And P wanted to be there. I ain't see nobody better than my buddy, and then, what was respectful about it, we had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did we arranged it, we was in full support of it to this day. That's the beautiful thing.
You had Young Thug at one point too.
Yeah.
And you said you let him go do his thing because you couldn't do nothing for him at the time.
I was locked up. He was still signed to me, and he was the hardest thing out. I ain't want to hold him back, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to go other places, so I wanted to help him.
Mm-hmm.
It really is with the artist, man, once you meet an artist, y'all start being friends, man, it ain't even really like the artist no more. They're just like your partner. you know, you're gonna do whatever you can for your partner. If your partner saying, hey man, these people wanna spend some money with me, bro, they finna go crazy. How can I not be your friend and not be receptive to what you're saying? Like when you tell, if your partner excited about doing something, I'm excited about it. So I never knock no deal they ever brought to me. If you would say, Charlamagne, like, man, I want to sign with P, man. He really fucking with me. He want to do this, this, and this. I'm gonna work it out. I ain't gonna be like, damn, because I still feel like I can go do my shows and do my songs on my own and make my living. So whatever I do make, I kind of, to me, anything I make up an artist, I feel like it's extra. I don't even look at it like it's the sole deal. I kind of like, I get more, which is weird. I just want to help them. I ain't gonna say I don't want to make no money, but to me, it's fun. This is what I want to do. It ain't nothing that I'm doing to get paid. If I get paid, cool, but I would do it for free, straight up. I would help all those same artists for free because if you think about it, it's so many other artists I didn't sign. I did the exact same thing for them that I did for these artists. Only difference was, you know, we didn't sign no deal.
Yeah, I mean, but that kind of helped with your legend, even outside of money, because all of them young dudes, they big you up so crazy.
They paid it. Listen, I wouldn't have the money because when I got out, I paid it forward. Everybody who I was showing love to when I got out, hey, Ray Scrimmer, come jump on this song. Hey, Drake, I already got back on the road ready for you when you coming home. Mike Will, I already got beats for you. Zay, I already got beats for you. Like, everybody who, you know, I showed love to or established a relationship with, man, years later, man, they was there, you know, when I needed them, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't get no money, man, if you treat people right, man, it comes back. Every time, it's priceless.
Do you get anything off Migos and Thug them?
Yeah, I got some money out there. Yeah.
Okay.
It was, but I'm saying I didn't get rich out for it.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, it was fair. It was fair. It was fair.
You mentioned Kodak too, and like, do you reach out to them young guys that you still see in the street to help them leave that lifestyle behind? Like, what's your conversations like with Kodak? Because Kodak, his early trajectory seems a lot like yours.
Man, I not discovered Kodak, but I started listening to Kodak when I was in the feds. And when I think he had the No Flocking. I didn't even know who he was. I just some kind of way, you know, I always buy the new hip hop every time I have new releases on, you know, how we get our music in the feds. So I had kind of like started being a fan of him, Dreezy, a couple of artists kind of in jail. So when I got out, he had wanted me to do a song with him. So I did a feature for him, you know. So there was already he paying homage to me as soon as I got out. He broke bread with me, spent money with me. So from that point on, man, you know, I already was a fan of him. So I kind of been rooting for Kodak before I even met him. Then as I get to know him, we do kind of got like the same kind of upbringing and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that he reached out to me, but when I can drop some wisdom in there, I kind of like, I'm dropping it in there. I'm just like building a relationship. I don't want to preach it to him. It's like you just be friends. If me and you start being friends, eventually we're gonna start talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of me just saying, hey man, I'm befriending you because I feel like I can tell you what you need to know. Ain't nobody gonna listen to you like that. But if you really care about me and we start being friends, it's like as we talking, you start bringing stuff to me, you know, I'm gonna tell you what I think is the best thing because you're my friend. That's all it is.
What about Rollo?
Rollo's in the feds too.
Yeah.
Me and Rollo have been talking. We talked since he been out. He reached out to me and told him to hold his head. We praying for him, hoping that he get out. But we had parted ways on the music side. So he started doing music. He wanted to do his own music. And he actually gave me the money back for the deal he got before he got.
Wow.
That was crazy. Like he was like, shit, he do it on his own, which I had to respect that. So we had already parted ways business-wise, but it's still my dog.
Where does Gucci get that eye and that ear from, though? Like, I mean, he's some stars you saw early on. And I mean, if we talk about guys like the Migos, Young Thug, no disrespect to none of the white executives, but they couldn't see that and see what that could be.
You got to be on the ground.
Yeah.
You got to be on the ground. You got to be in the trenches. You can't get the money. That's why I keep saying I'm the GOAT. And that's why even with the list and shit, I keep standing on I'm the GOAT. To me, all the artists in Atlanta, they had success and they kind of like was bougie. They'll go to the most bougie club and they'll just ball. Me, I would go to the club where everybody in the hood would be at, where I can be. I kept making myself accessible, and I always would open the door for all the artists. Man, listen, you can't even pay now you can, but back in the day, you couldn't pay the hottest artists in Atlanta to do a feature. You can pay them the money. They don't need the money, they don't want to do the song with you. Cause they bougie, they turned up, they this and that. Me, I never turned down a feature, never. I go to the club in Columbia, South Carolina, I go to the club in Birmingham, I go anywhere. Every time I would do a show for 10 bands, 20 bands, I do a feature with a dude I met. I have my road manager, contacting the promoter before I get there. Hey man, any local dudes around there get some money before I get down and let them know I'm coming. So I'm always meeting people. I met Dolph doing a feature. He actually buying a feature from me. Damn, this dude here in the streets, he a hustler and he sound good, he's rapping good. Boom, now we friends. It wasn't like we signed each other, but it went from him doing business with me. Those guys was, everybody else scared to even get in the room with Thug and the Migos and Scooter. They scared. That was my whole thing. I wanted to be like, damn, I got all the young boys. Even if they wild, I'm still opening the door for them. Y'all can always come here. They would have went to any other else studio. It wouldn't took them but one day, and people would have seen how Thug was kicking it back then, because Thug was in the street. He was rugged.
They say he had guns on him every day.
Man, people went opening that door to that studio for them, and that's why I always be like, man, I'm the GOAT. Remember when I opened them doors for y'all, when y'all know y'all was knuckleheads, we was all on some knucklehead shit. Man, I treated y'all like y'all was, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jackson. You know, the biggest it was, or whoever it is you could think about, because that's how I felt about myself. So it's like, open the door, man, that's such and such. That's how I be talking about them, like, you know who that is? But I'm the Migos. This stuff. Soon as I met the Migos, I gave them the jury off my neck, because the people in the studio, the Young Thugs, the Pee Wee, Scooter, it was a whole bunch of people in the studio. Boom. I'm not saying that. But the thing was, damn, you bringing in more people. So when I bring in some more artists, it's like they weren't always like receptive at first. The first day they seen the Migos, they kind of was to the Migos, but when the Migos like leave out the room, they kind of like, man, damn, what you got them boys from? They got all kind of shit to say. I get so mad, I don't even say nothing. I take 2 chains off my neck, get one to take out, one to Quavo, because they talking about their jury, they got so much negative to say. Like, there was, to me, all us in here, we all together, we got one pot. And that was my way of letting them know, hey man, ain't nobody in here better than you. The same favor I showed them, I'm gonna show you. And I was showing them that too, and I didn't show them favoritism either. It's just like, man, we all the same. But nobody viewed it like that but me. Everybody thinking they bougie, even if I just signed you and you were just fucked up, you turn up your nose at somebody else I just brought in the door. But I'm the only one with the money. And I'm like, damn, why everybody turn their nose up? But I'm going in my pocket first time I meet Thug. Here go 25, 30, 40, whatever money I got. This will get y'all straight from now. But yet the door is open for y'all. We together. When I go somewhere, y'all go. It ain't no, we're a team. Y'all part of the staff now. We just all moving as one. Man, do I think they would do that? Nah, ain't nobody doing that.
Takeoff didn't like that jewelry story.
That's another thing. Like I keep saying, like you said, do you mess up misunderstanding? Sometimes I'm thinking that I might post something on my page, like you were showing me with the stuff with me and my wife. It's from another page, it's a meme. I posted that. I'm trying to let you know I didn't write that. But I still, I didn't know. I'm thinking, to me, it's entertaining, it's funny. I put it out there, boom. So the thing to me, I'm proud of the fact that Takeoff and Quavo, I met them when they first started. That's part of my history and it's part of their history. I don't look down on it. It's like, damn, man, we came up from nothing. Cat gave me a Jacob. When I first signed him, he gave me the Jacob. The first Jacob that I had, man, I said it in my first album, my dude Cat just bought me a Jacob. Man, because it was like, damn, to me, that was favor. It ain't about nothing. When somebody shows you favor, that's more important than money.
Right.
So I was just so glad that, like, damn, a dude showing me favor, instead of me doing music by myself, I got somebody helping me now. Now my team is building. So
that's when you was a big cat.
Yeah, so I was trying to, when I posted that was my way of saying, man, I believed in y'all from the beginning. And I had y'all back when everybody else was hating. But on the internet, it seemed like, damn, you trying to play me.
Yeah.
So, and I can understand that too. So that's why I say it was a misunderstanding. But because I know Takeoff and we do talk, I say, hey, Takeoff, man, my bad. I didn't mean that. I got nothing but love for you and y'all my brothers. I'm sorry. So I told them that, but hey, they still ain't talked to me since.
You ain't talked to them since? Stop playing, man.
They cut me out behind
that. No,
they
didn't. You playing.
Man, Takeoff cut me out behind that shit, man.
No.
Yes, sir.
Just Takeoff or Quavo and Offset too?
Takeoff cut me off, Quavo cut me off a little bit too.
But you apologized. I guess they wanted you to apologize publicly. What you just
Nah. It ain't like that. No, to be honest, like them my boys, it's gonna. It always work itself out. Quavo and Takeoff still on my new album. Them my guys, they couldn't have did it unless they approved it and told me I can do it.
Yeah.
But it was just like a rough patch. They didn't appreciate that. It rubbed in the wrong way. We human. That's why I told them I was sorry and I didn't mean nothing about it, because I didn't.
How often does Gucci apologize?
Often.
Word.
Often. You wrong. I didn't apologize to Angela Yee because I didn't, I'm not, and I hated that she said that I was gonna apologize to her, but I don't know where she got that from because I didn't do nothing to her. So I didn't feel like I was sorry, you know what I'm saying? But if I was wrong, I would say I'm sorry. And just for the record, man, I didn't listen. I meant no disrespect to that girl. I was not trying to humiliate that girl or embarrass her, no kind of way. I was just defending myself, showing, hey, if you telling somebody that I'm banned from the radio station or declining, this is what give me the decline. That was it.
People gonna see this and be like, he must be banned, cause why they not in the
Man,
why they not in the studio? But for the record, he's not banned. I don't even know where that came from.
It came from that punk ass bitch, man. And DJ Envy, he's a pussy too.
Envy did it too?
Envy's pussy, man. Pussy. He was scared, wasn't even scared to come. You know he's scared. Where he at?
I didn't know he was supposed to be here.
He wasn't gonna come. He wasn't gonna come because the day they did that People's Court thing and you wasn't there, he was there. Him and the girl, whatever. So he ain't had the nuts to come after he did that. I knew it. I was gonna confront him too. I was gonna say, hey man, you know, you got something to say to me? I just want to see what he was gonna say. Cause he seemed like he had something he wanted to say to me.
I don't think it's an issue.
So I'm gonna give him his, I'm gonna give him his face to face because I ain't know me and him had no issue. But I do got an issue with him too. I got an issue with him now. I'm gonna step to him, and I see him. Just like he stepped to them people were talking about his wife when they came up there. He confronted them. So I'm gonna confront him about what him and Angela did, and if he come at me wrong, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. But it's just on him. It ain't gonna be his first time getting slapped.
What about Waka Flocka and OJ the Juice Man?
OJ still my guy. Me and Waka, we talked. We got past our differences. We had a conversation. So that was big of us.
What about when you went on the Twitter rant and the women you was getting at, like Nikki and?
I apologized to Nikki and she accepted my apology. We got past that.
Word. That's big of you to be able to do that. Hopefully you can do that with Envy and Angela one day too. All of y'all can just get on one good accord.
Man, listen, after they disrespect me the other day and played that interview about my wife, fuck that. That's Angela. You Envy, you just pussy. I'ma see him. He gonna stand on what he did. He better bring that dog he be talking about all the time.
You don't gotta go to that level.
Talking about a motherfucking dog. You better bring that motherfucking punk ass dog.
I'm gonna get y'all on the phone together.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna see him face to face. If his pussy ass he couldn't listen. You ain't have the nuts, man. You got kids, man. You supposed to have the nuts to stand next to the man that you said the shit about, man. He pussy, man.
What did he say? I didn't hear the whole conversation.
Go back and listen to it. Yep. You can run, but you can't hide.
That's the old Gucci. Where does Gucci go from here, man?
Just keep dropping music, man. Keep doing what I'm doing. That's it. Same thing with the Rolling Stones doing, Mick Jagger. Everybody who's 60, 70 years old still going on tour. You know, Snoop Dogg. That's where I see me going. We
started this whole conversation off about growth and evolution.
But we can't get past that, man. We can't get past that. I ain't finna let you say, hey, Gucci, I'm gonna holler at you later, man. Fuck that, man. That gotta know, man. Don't never try me like that, man. Because you was flirting with me, I rejected you. I don't want you. What you mad about? That shit wasn't even no big deal. I would never say nothing else about it. I never brought it up. But don't never try to act like you didn't do it. You did. You did.
She said she feel like you disrespected her.
She disrespected herself. That's what she did. She just made a big deal out of something that wasn't even a big deal. She disrespected herself. Now she embarrassed. And now whoever her dude is, he like, damn, you been a freak like that? You telling dude you want him to hit the bottom of that motherfucker? Deep? You want me to hit the bottom of that motherfucker?
What's wrong with you, man?
That hoe want me to hit the bottom of that motherfucker, ain't it? I would say that shit deep.
They about to be mad at me.
12 foot motherfucker, ain't the man.
They gonna be mad at me.
Bottomless pit, man. Man, God damn, that's just like me saying, hey, can you handle this big now? Oh, it's deep. Oh, is it deep? What you think they gonna make a man do? What you telling him that for? You tell a man your pussy deep for what? You just throwing it out there? So you do that to all your guests you talk to, you just say, hey, you know how the Asian girls are, right? They got fat pussy, deep pussy. Okay.
What did your wife feel about that when she heard that come back up?
She was just like, basically like, man, why is this even an issue now? You know, because I told her like they declined the interview over and over. And then she was like, why? And I said, I'm assuming, you know. Then that's why I had to try to get to the bottom of it. And I asked the label, I'm like, why did they decline the interview? And they were like, you know, she's not comfortable. And I'm like, for that comment, and I'm like, okay. So they went and looked at the interview again, like, let's see if Gucci did something to make her uncomfortable. I didn't. She just can't stand face. She wanted to suck that motherfucker, man. Baby, I'm married. Can't suck that motherfucker, man. Shit over.
Gucci new album out right now.
She want to suck that motherfucker back in the day.
It's about growth and evolution, Gucci.
That motherfucker grow too.
Lord have mercy. My man Gucci, man. Peace king.
Charlamagne, you funny, man. It's about growth.